This time I tried Bambu Lab X1-Carbon 3D printer with AMS unit. The printer is well packed. There are stickers which shows you how to lift the printer out of the box. You also get some filaments, support for PLA, PLA carbon fiber and PLA basic. Trash back to the box and let's continue the video. Quick start guide helps you to set up your printer. You need to remove some screws to remove AMS unit inside the printer and release the bed. Some screws are a little bit difficult to access, but inside the accessory box are long alloy key, which makes it easier. You also got some extra build plate stickers. Inside the accessory box are screen, filament holder, spare parts, cables, glue and some tools. With the AMS unit, you mostly don't use filament holder, but if you want to print flexible filament, you should use it instead AMS. AMS unit has two desiccant bag slots to keep your filaments dry. Build volume is 256 by 256 by 256 mm. Bed plate is flexible and has two different sides. Cool plate is for PLA and engineering plate for PTG, ABS, TPU, BA and PC. The scratches on the bed sheet is when nozzle wipes it clean during the leveling, so it's a normal thing and you don't need to worry about it. Bambu Lab recommends to use glue to prevent damage when prints are stick too strongly. This printer is equipped with many things like big cooling fan on the side, LED light on the left side, AI camera for failure detection, observing and time lapses, micro lidar to inspect bed and print quality, all metal hot end, max temp up to 300 degrees. This printer is also fully enclosed and it has carbon filter. When you start the printer for the first time, printer will do calibration. It will check if all works as it should. After the calibration, I got some errors which told me that timing belts may be loose. Before I checked the timing belts, I updated the firmware, which was really easy to do through printer's interface. Timing belt tensioning is easy and is shown on the screen how to do it. Behind the printer are screws which you need to untighten and retighten. Then I did self-test again and no errors occurred. If we take a quick look at the printer's interface, you can see temp settings, fans controls and you can move axis manually. Filament and AMS settings. And you can try your filaments with this 3D printer. Bambu Lab was kind enough and gave me a different filaments to test their printer. First I will print with PLA basic filament. Bambu Lab filament spool have RFID tag and printer will detect what filament is inside the AMS unit. There are many models on the internal memory. I printed first single color paint scheme. Before the print, bed leveling and flow calibration is done, but if you don't want to do it, you can uncheck them. After the checks before print, same error occurred. Resonance for the X and Y axis is low. I let the printer to continue and I wanted to see if this error affects printing. After the first layer, printer will inspect it and if it's okay, it will continue printing. This printer printing speed is nice, up to 500 mm per second. It took about 24 minutes as shown on the screen. There was a big layer shift and also other quality issues. I tried to retension the belts again and I made some tests, but this problem stayed. I contacted Bambu Lab and told them about my problem. Then I sent them printer's logs and through support they sent me new parts. The new parts are interface part, extruder part and also new cable. The replacement isn't very difficult, but it takes time. I did self-test after the installation and also before print checks, no errors, so it fixed my problem. I measured the power consumption during the printing and it was mostly under 100 watts, some peaks up to 116 watts. I measured how much noise it makes. When door closed, it's making about 56 to 65 decibels and door open up to 70 decibels. I also measured the bed temp. Temp is set at 50 degrees and I let it to sit at that temp for some time to even out. The measurements aren't 100% accurate, but it shows the temps at the different points are quite same, only one corner is a little less. The results are good and the one corner should not have big effect on print quality. AI detection works really well and it can detect many things, like build plate is not placed properly. Spaghetti defects were detected. First layer defects were detected. The green filament got stuck on the spool and spool was pulled up. I turned the spool by hand and it got unstuck. It was the only time it happened. Printer detected all the filaments and it can be seen at the corner. You can add up to 4 AMS units and print with 16 colors, but it isn't cheap. One AMS unit costs about 362 euros. I got the filament to see what printer do when filament run out. Printer detected filament run out and post printing. I added the filament and printer continued printing. Resume printing also should work when power goes out, so I got the power to see if this works. Printer started up and there are options to continue or stop printing. I hit continue and printer resumed printing. To slice models, Bambu Lab has Bambu Studio software. You can control and observe your printing through it. The most interesting feature of this printer is multicolor printing. AMS unit is changing filaments. Excess filament will be shot out from the back of the printer. You need to find some container for the leftover filaments because there are any included with the printer. It would be nice to have some kind of container with the printer. You can also print one. Bambu Studio has a nice feature to make single color models to multicolor ones and it's quite simple to do. The downside of multicolor printing is the time and filament amount. To print this pencil it takes about 10 hours and 125 grams filament. Waste filament amount is about 70% of total filament. You can send files and start printing directly through Wi-Fi. It's very convenient to use. Filament purge is happening and waste filament will be shot out from the back. Nozzle tip will be cleaned and after the extruder moves to the purge tower and cleans out completely from the old filament and builds up the right flow. Sometimes the waste filament got stuck and don't fall to the shootout. Build plate adhesion is good with or without the glue. The sticker on the plate can easily damage without the glue. There are available different build plates for the printer, which are stronger and with different surfaces. Some of the Bambu Lab filaments are without spools. You can print spool yourself and you find files from the printer's memory. Instruction manual comes with the filament. Filament without the spool also have RFID tag and one sticker to help identify filament type. One of the most important things about 3D printer is printing quality, so let's see what quality prints I got. First one is 3D Benchy, what I printed after toolbar change with PLA basic filament. The quality is quite nice and print time was 24 minutes, which is also good. 4-color Benchy looks a little bit messy before cleaning. After cleaning up, it's okay. Some of the places you can see that colors are mixed, but overall quality is nice. This is the waste filament what came from the filament changes. PTG one is almost good except the front part, this should be the cooling problem. I also printed this gear with PTG filament and it came out good. ABS came out with no problems, no cracks on layer lines, no cooling issues and no warping. TPU filament printed fine except there was too much stringing and also the chimney broke off. I used the default Bambu Studio settings, so tweaking the settings will make it better. I haven't printed PLA carbon fiber before, but it came out good. It's printed with PTG carbon fiber, which isn't good as carbon fiber Benchy, but it's also more difficult to print. It seems to be the same issue as regular PTG has. Next one is the bolt organizer, printed with 3 colors. Print quality is nice, this model is from the printer's memory. On the print preview is seen one model, but actually it will print two same models. It's a little bit confusing, it printed quite fast. There are more bigger prints from the printer's memory, which came out good. Box one corner was warped because I printed it without glue. Bigger flat bottom prints can warp easily. It's 40 by 40 mm cube when I tested filament showing. The crack is visible, not the best one and not the first one I have seen. This cool vase is printed in vase mode. There are some places where layers has cracks. This panda is printed with 3 colors and not with Bambu Lab filament. Print quality is good and no problems happen during printing. Some strings here and there, but it's normal because I used this filament with this printer first time and the big bag of waste filament. The second part of the panda print came out very good. It's a 2-color print, where one color is at the bottom part and the other color at the upper part. Only some layers are multicolor, so there were few filament changes and the waste filament amount is small. My thoughts about Bambu Lab X1-Carbon Combo are positive. The build quality of this 3D printer is good, used materials are decent, and the overall design is good looking. This printer has good features, which all works great. AMS unit is nice, but the waste filament amount is a downside. Nozzle damage per plate when wiping could be made differently. Out of the box issues wasn't good, but Bambu Lab support was very nice and helpful. Also, newer printers have new tool head boards already installed. Print quality is good and printing speed is fast. The price is on the higher side, but you got also good professional 3D printer. It seems it will last long, and if something breaks, you can get many spare parts from the Bambu Labs website. X1-Carbon Combo has built-in camera, which can make cool time-lapse videos, and also you can observe your printer from the distance. If you have any questions, comment below and I will try to answer them. Thanks for watching.